All right, so time for another weekly round of my NFL picks. And looking back at week 7, it was pretty good. 11-4 picking the winners straight up, 9-6 against the spread. So as I've talked about for some weeks now, if you take my picks, you might win some money, especially if you're betting on the spread. But you're not going to become a millionaire kind of deal, right? Unless you're putting up way too much damn money betting on spreads. Season to date, I'm 71-36, picking the winners straight up, and 63-44 against the spread. So with that said, it's time for me to issue my Week 8 picks for the 2024 NFL season. And starting off with Thursday night, I was wrong. I picked Minnesota to win, and the Rams ended up getting the job done. Sure helped them to have Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp both back in the lineup. So meanwhile, the Jeff Jakes lives. Down go the Vikings. Minnesota fans like, no, that explains everything. You fucking cooler bastards. Stop killing our teams. I'll fucking do it again. I'll pick them and win everyone. They'll go in the toilet after that. Keep it up. Anyways, so yep. Off to an 0-1 start this week. I had the last couple of Thursday night winners right, but not this time around. So nonetheless, let's look at the rest of my picks, starting with the early Sunday action. You've got the Eagles traveling to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. The Bengals are 2.5-point favorites. And this is a pretty big matchup for the Bengals. They haven't gotten off to the best start this season. They really need this one, especially at home. If the Eagles can come in and sneak this one out, it certainly helps their cause in the NFC East. It certainly helps their cause in the NFC playoff picture. They've got to win this one too. I will take the Bengals though, minus the 2.5. I just think their offense is better. And I just don't feel like the Eagles have really gotten into a rhythm this year. The Ravens travel to Cleveland to take on the Skid Marks. You're going to say, no, it's the Browns. I got it right the first time. It's the Skid Marks. Yeah. And let me say this really quickly. To all of those that were crying online about, I can't believe fans were cheering when Deshaun Watson got injured. Have some fucking awareness. Really? That surprises you? Now, you could say, were they only cheering when he got hurt because he sucked and not because of the other reason that they should be cheering that he got hurt? Perhaps, right? But really weird, bad form by some of those teammates talking about how great of a guy Deshaun Watson is, and he's a role model on and off the field, and no, he isn't. Like, it's one of those things, shut the fuck up. This goes beyond just like he's not a perfect person. Deshaun Watson has a trend, a pattern, a period of seriously concerning behavior. Lawsuits had to be settled and every fucking thing else. Don't try to make him out to be some type of martyr. He's now not only a crappy person, but a crappy NFL quarterback, and he's out for the year. The Browns are worse off for it, better off for it, whoever the fuck cares. So give me Baltimore to win. Cleveland probably covering the 8.5-point spread. If Jameis is going to start, then maybe he can find a way to cover the spread ugly. I don't know. You got the Titans traveling to Detroit to take on the Lions. The only concern here is the 11.5-point spread. It always starts to concern me when the spreads get this big. But the Titans stink. The Lions are legit. So give me Detroit minus the 11.5. You've got the Cardinals traveling to Miami to take on the Dolphins. The Dolphins are 4.5-point favorites here. I'm going to be a little crazy with some of my picks this week just for the hell of it. Sometimes I run like that and it works, and sometimes I do and it doesn't. I'm going to take the Cardinals plus the 4.5. I think they'll beat the Dolphins on Sunday. You got the Jets traveling to New England to take on the Patriots. And, as far as Patriots fans, your team stinks, but Drake May in his first couple of starts hasn't been too bad. Makes the decision to not start him from the beginning look really stupid. Again, it wasn't like Tom Brady's still there. Then it makes sense for Drake May to sit his ass on the bench, watch and learn. It was Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett was not any better. You start the young guy in that situation 100 out of 100 times, period. Don't argue against it because it just doesn't make any fucking sense. But anyways, back to the picks. Give me the Jets minus the 7. Got the Falcons traveling to Tampa to take on the Buccaneers. Going to be without some key weapons on that offense like Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. Give me Atlanta minus the 2.5. Got the Packers traveling to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. This is a game that the Packers it could be like, I won't say like a trap game, but something they could overlook it a little bit. Meanwhile, Jacksonville probably desperate for another win. So give me Jacksonville with the upset, Jacksonville plus the 4. And then you got the Colts traveling to Houston to take on the Texans in an AFC South matchup. Indianapolis in the AFC South. Like, it just sounds fucking odd. I'm sorry, it does. It just does. It always will to me. Give me Houston minus the 5. The late Sunday afternoon matchups, you've got the Saints traveling to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers minus the 7. The Bills traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. The Seahawks have struggled a little bit in recent weeks. Buffalo's been solid. They're favored by 3. I'm going to take the Seahawks, though, to win, plus the 3. Maybe the 12th man shows up and helps put them over the edge, or maybe that shit's just over fucking rated, and maybe the Bills just come in and play a bad game. The Panthers travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. Like, the Denver Broncos defense is legit. Bo Nix has been okay, I guess. And the Panthers are a fucking dumpster fire. The only thing that scares you about this is that you view it and you say, well, the Broncos aren't great either, although they did just kind of mollywop the Saints on the previous Thursday night. So that 11-point spread could scare you a little bit, but I don't think it should at this moment. The Panthers stink. The Broncos don't stink. Give me Denver minus the 11. You got the Chiefs traveling to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. I like the Chiefs to win here, but I like the Raiders to cover. They play the Chiefs kind of tough. The Chiefs have not been great at all so far this year. Yeah, they're the 2-time defending Super Bowl champions, but it feels like they're coasting by right now. So there's that. And then you've got the Bears traveling to Washington to take on the Commanders. Hopefully we get to see Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels. If we don't, it's Caleb versus Marcus Mariota. This is a big matchup for both teams. For the Commanders, if they could beat the Bears, quality opponent, they can go to 6-2. Chicago, you go on the road, beat Washington, and all of a sudden now you're 5-2 with your next 2 games against Arizona and New England. You're positioning yourself in a prime spot when it comes to the NFC playoff picture. I like the Bears here, though. Give me Chicago minus a 3. The Sunday night matchup is one, obviously, the national media is in love with. The league couldn't wait to put in the fucking featured game spot. You've got the Cowboys traveling to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. Both teams have, needless to say, been a little underwhelming so far this year. San Francisco's favored by 4, though. I know both have been depleted at different points of time due to injury and so forth. I'll take the Cowboys to cover and win. Give me Dallas plus the 4. And then the Monday night matchup. Oh my God, stop putting the Giants in fucking primetime featured spots. I realize they're in the New York market, damn it. But at some point in time, people want to see good football, not just big market football. Give me the Steelers minus the 6.